Bonjour tout le monde, comment ça va? Bienvenue à cet incroyable workshop de Improv.
Greg, what are you doing?
Huh?
You're doing this in English, remember? Not French.
Oh, this is the English version?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Greg Shamie, Director of Staff Development at the Leadership Program. Welcome to Flipping the Script, using improv to improve our brainstorming abilities. We're very excited you're here. Thank you for being here. I've got my fabulous, fantastic, amazing co-host, Meaghan Cross over there. Hi, Meaghan. She's waving.
Greg, hello everyone, welcome.
And I've got Erica. Hi, Erica, how are you? Thanks for being here and hosting us all.
Hi, Greg. Hi, everybody.
Yay. Let's go right to Erica for a little housekeeping, and then we're going to dig right in because we do not have a lot of time, and I'm super excited about what we have to go through. Erica.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, so the housekeeping for some of you have been with us before, and some of you are joining us for one of these webinars for the first time. We're using the more formal Zoom webinar feature. And so what that means is you came in the door as an attendee, which is great, but as an attendee, you don't have the capability to talk with us or show your face. So what you've seen me do as you've come in is I've promoted you to a panelist. And if your hand is raised now, I'll take you back. I'll put you back as an attendee, and that is absolutely fine. You do not have to be a panelist. You don't have to turn on your camera as a panelist. We make you a panelist so that you have the option. So for those of you with your hand raised now, I'm going to make you back to an attendee. And then if you change your mind again, I'll move you again. This is the fun of my roles. I can just move you around. But so the reason we make you a panelist is so that you have the choice to keep your camera on and unmute yourself and talk. As an attendee, you still have the ability to chat in the chat box, and we definitely want you to make use of the chat box. So please be sure that if you're over there as an attendee and we can't see you, that you have your chat box open. Okay, take it away, Greg.
Okay, thanks, Erica. Okay, so right away, I just want us to all put a little nickname in our video box. So think of a nickname for yourself. I'm going up to the three dots in the right corner, and I'm pressing those three dots, and I'm renaming myself as Sham Wow. So that is going to be my nickname for this session. If you can put your nickname in your box, that would be fantastic. Yes, I am a high-class rag. I'm very excited to be here with you. Okay, let's dig into this. It's very exciting. Oh, before we get into our guiding question, just what comes up when you hear the word improv? No right or wrong, no good or bad. Just put it in the chat box. Meaghan, can you read some of the things that are coming up for us?
Absolutely.
When we
hear
hear
theater. Oh, someone said scary. I can totally understand after having done improv. Off to the top. Oh, from the top of your head. Yeah, absolutely. Thinking on your feet, winging it. Acting on the spot, becoming another character, and embodying all of their traits and characteristics. Ooh, I think we have some performers in the house.
Okay, this is very cool. I'm so thankful for jumping in that chat box. This is so exciting. Great to get your thoughts on the board. Yeah, improv for us at the Leadership Program is a way of developing ourselves. It's a way of breaking patterns. I'm fascinated with patterns and how do we break the patterns and what are my non-preferred patterns? It's something I'm always thinking about. What are my non-preferred patterns? Because there's something special in that for me. Putting that on the table. And another thing for us, it's all about embracing fear. And when we embrace our fears, it usually equals tremendous growth. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's dig right into it. Let's look at our guiding question. Meaghan, what do we got here?
So our guiding question today is, how will the rules of improvisation help me supercharge my brainstorming? So all of those things that you mentioned, the winging it, thinking on your feet, having those spark moments, how is that going to help you in what you do in your brainstorming?
You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. The more you use, the more you have. It can't be used up. That's what's so exciting about creativity. Thank you, Miss Angelou. Appreciate those words. Over to you, Meaghan, for Mr. Colbert.
I'm proud of my ability to understand what somebody else is trying to do and help them achieve it. Because part of the aesthetic of improvisation is service. We don't lead, we only follow. You never say no. serve the servant, follow the follower. And that's very valuable in your life as well as very valuable in your work.
A tremendous improv artist himself. And you can see it in the way he actually performs all the time. He's living in the moment and he's living on the edge of the cliff. And that's why I think he's so effective when he speaks and shares his thoughts. It's fascinating. So I also have a friend who works for him, who's a head writer for him, and says that he absolutely is these words, that he is completely a servant of those that help bring the ensemble together to put the show on. Really exciting. Thank you for those words.
I think, Greg, so someone had mentioned scary or that improv can be nerve-wracking in the chat. And I think this quote is so great to that point, because while it can be scary to be like, I have to think of something right now in front of all these people, it really is about following, and you're listening to what, you know, your fellow performers or your groups is saying. And that's where you get your inspiration from. So it's thinking about that, and maybe it's not as scary as you might see.
Yeah, it's such an important piece, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go. But someone used the word terrifying, and that's usually what we feel before we perform or get up in front and speak, is this intense energy, right? And so it becomes about, how do I use that energy versus the energy using me? A lot of times the energy can push me down, but improv, as we're going to explore, is a way to bring that energy up and out. And they're, just so you know, please throw ideas as they're getting sparked for you into the chat box. We want to continue to engage you. So if anything that's coming up for you as you're hearing Meaghan and I share thoughts, put it in the chat box. We'd love to see it. In this virtual space, there's no mistakes, no right or wrong, no good or bad. There's just us taking a bit of an exploration and seeing what we can find. So let's keep moving here. I wanted to give a little bit of neuroscience as a backing for us as we jump into this. This Dr. Charles Lim, he's a surgeon, but also a saxophonist. And he did a study where he looked at rappers and jazz musicians to see what happens to their brain activity when they're freestyling and improvising, right, their music in the MRI. And what he found was that when they were creating something new, there was a certain part of their brain that was about self-expression that was highly active. It was lighting up, right? It was all about self-expression as they were creating and improvising. At the same time, there was another part of the brain that was associated with their inhibitions, and that was quieting down. So the inhibitions, the things that stop us from just being free, right? The thing that makes us say, this is scary, right, was going down. And for us, the takeaways there are that when we're able to get into a freestyle and improv mindset, we are less inhibited, more willing to make mistakes. And we're huge believers that mistakes are the windows into growth, and that we are welcoming these new impulses, right? Which most of the time we're constantly shutting down the impulses. We're shutting them down. We're doing it, we don't even know we're doing it, but we're shutting them down because of the fear barrier. So we want to really welcome the new impulses that can come from it. And this is super exciting. And that leads us into this sort of scary, terrifying thing in this comfort zone. And we love this little image here on the left of, you can see that comfort zone where I feel safe and in control. And then you see the fear zone that's holding me into that comfort zone. And we really want to figure out a way to break through that, the lack of self-confidence, the finding excuses, always looking at the cup half empty mindset, and break through that into this learning zone and this growth zone. So that is our goal today, is to expand out of our comfort zones by 12:45 a little bit. So I encourage you to get that mindset on as we start to play a little bit. We'll look at some key kernels to brainstorming, and then we'll connect that to improv, and then walk away hopefully with some ways to generate ideas in a more exciting way. So that's super exciting. What do you see coming up there, Megatron?
Keith has said, I heard Fred Willard, he's awesome, the late Fred Willard, say, once the secret to improv is to just keep talking. That's a great quote, Keith. Thank you. Eventually something great will come out of your mouth if you just keep talking.
I love that. Just keep talking, because you know what? If we do, I feel like I'm doing that now a little bit, but if we do, something good is going to come out. So that's pretty cool. I like that concept. Let's keep exploring that as we warm up here a little bit. And so remember, we're trying to break our comfort zones. So you can keep your, whatever feels good to you, your mic off, your camera off, if that feels good. You can just do this for your dog and your kids and your partner, or if you're whoever's around you, if you're working. And so we're going to do a little physical vocal warm up, and then we'll play a little easy game just to get us into it, improv game, and then we'll keep boogieing along. Is everybody ready? All right, here we go. I'm going to stand up here. It's a little weird because it's a little low, but I just want to show you a little more of my being. And I'm just going to stretch up to the top here and get my body awake from the desk sentence that I've been sitting at in this Zoom thing. And I'm just going to reach up to the top of the ceiling, and I'm going to let out a sound. Oh, whatever that is. Good. And I'm going to drop the wrists. And I'm going to drop the elbows as they slowly come down. I'm going to drop my head. I'm going to let my head go around gently. And I'm starting to do an inventory of some of the tensions I feel in my body. So I can feel tension in my shoulders. So I'm going to roll my shoulders back, and I'm just going to let it out on the sound and go, ha. I'm just going to roll my shoulders back and let that tension go and go, ha. I'm going to shake it out the right arm. I'm going to shake it out the left arm. I'm going to shake it out the right leg. You can't see it. I'm going to shake it out the left leg. All right. And then I'm going to go on the right arm. I'm going to go, hey, hey. You guys all do it. Left arm, hey, hey. Right leg, hey, hey. Left leg, hey, hey. All right, starting to wake up the energy. Now, as I come closer to you, we're gonna do a little bit of warming up, something we do before we go on stage. There's a lot of tension in the face. So just blowing through your lips and going like this, just go. That's it, and just get the air flowing through the lips. Good. And now, as if you're chewing on something, get the hum of the sound buzzing around your mouth. You can even mumble there. Okay, good. And blow through your lips again and go. Good. And now go. Papa ba 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 papa ba 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 papa ba 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 ba. Good. Ta ta da 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 ta ta da 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 ta ta da 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 da. All right, ready? Here we're gonna go a little more challenging. Baragada, 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 baragada. Good. Gada bada, gada bada, gada bada, gada bada. Okay. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Okay, and let's end with a little Billy Boy. Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Anybody name that play from Mr. Shakespeare? If you do, put it in the chat box. If not, we will tell you. Okay, very good. Hamlet. Okay. Yes, excellent. Okay, that's our little physical and vocal warm-up. So again, taking a snapshot of what's happening to your body, your mind. We're more than just ahead thinking, right? So what's happening to the two. And I would love to ask you all for a few things that we take journeys on. What do we take a ride on? A ride in a car. We can take a ride on a bus. What else do we take rides on? If we can put a couple of things in the chat box of different things we take journeys on or rides on, that would be great. What kind of things? Anything. Yes, a bicycle. Okay, great. All right, everybody get on their bicycle right now. Yep, get on your bicycle right now and just go for a little bike ride. Let's just see you physicalize that. What does that look like? Oh, good. Okay, now we're going to a surfboard. Get on that surfboard here. Feel the wave. Feel the wave. That's right. Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay, now we're in a plane. Oh my gosh, we're in a plane. You can feel the air pressure. Look out the window. Look out the window. Okay, what do you see? Okay, great. Roller coaster. Here we go. It's really going to left, right, and center all around. Roller coaster. Oh my. Okay, okay. Whew, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Beautiful. Nice suggestions. Okay. All right. All right. Now I'm coming to you. I need some feedback. What's happening? How do you feel? What's up with your energy? If you want to speak, okay, wait, go ahead, Meaghan.
Silly, my growth mindset. Woo, they're coming in fast and furious. My growth mindset stops at roller coaster. Awake, high energy, more relaxed, ready to go, fun, lively. People feel like they're waking up, which is great, especially as we are now sitting in front of our computers a lot more now. So it's great to get that energy flowing. A little nervous. That's okay. Thanks for your honesty, Keith.
Yeah, great things start from a place of truth. We're big believers in that. No matter what we're teaching, wherever you're at needs to be respected. So thank you for the courage to share.
Oxygen to the brain. Yeah, that goes really well with what your next piece is, Greg.
It's going along beautifully with what's actually happening when we actually get more than the head involved and we start to move our bodies and we break those barriers. The endorphins start to really fly. And that means more oxygen is happening, which usually equals more ideas, more energy, more health, and all around drive. That is the purpose of that warm up, to break the ice for us, to get us going and to get those endorphins circulating. So thank you for all your great feedback, everybody. Very good. Okay, brainstorming. We're going to be connecting improv with brainstorming and Velcro pants. What is that? I'm going to ask my friend Erica if she would share a little story about when we as a company came into contact with this idea around Velcro pants.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, here's the shortest version of this story. And I invite you to do your own research to learn the longer version. But there's a design thinking firm that many of you probably have heard of. It's called IDEO. And their whole company is about teaching design thinking and implementing design thinking theories to make things better. Whether it's a toothbrush or a rocket ship, companies will hire them to make their product better. And IDEO has perfected the process of doing that. So we at the leadership program many years ago took a deep dive of our own into studying IDEO's practices on how they did their deep dive. And one story that stuck with us is that a grocery store chain was getting a lot of complaints about their grocery carts. They hired IDEO to ideate their grocery cart to make it better. One of the complaints was with the child seat at the front of the cart, that the children it just was not very good. And one of the ideas that IDEO came up with was Velcro pants for children that they wear to the grocery store that then stick to the Velcro pads on the grocery cart. So Velcro pants stick to the Velcro strips on the grocery cart, problem solved. We use that story. So over the years at the leadership program, if we want to push ourselves to think big, all we have to say is Velcro pants. And what that means for us is think bigger than you're thinking right now. And we wanted to start our conversation on brainstorming today with that story of Velcro pants. IDEO, check it out. If you don't know them already, I'm putting their website in the chat box right now.
Outstanding, Erica. Thank you so much. Velcro pants, yes. And that leads us beautifully into Meaghan sharing some of our core ideas around what makes for effective brainstorming. So let's look at that.
So brainstorming rules. We want to focus on quantity. The more ideas, the better. We want to keep out the judge that says, nope, that's not a good idea, Meaghan. Don't listen to that judge. Say, bye-bye. I'm going to say it anyway. We're going to encourage wild ideas, just like Velcro pants. And we're going to combine and improve on ideas. So if you hear something, or if we hear something, Greg, that's an awesome idea. I'm going to add on to that. And
exactly, Meaghan. And it leads to our number one brainstorming rule, which is the number one improv rule, which is this concept of yes. And this is transformative phrase, because a lot of times we can agree, but there's always a but that comes into the frame. And the but is a stop sign, whereas just changing the but to an and transforms everything into a build upon mindset. And so that doesn't mean I'm in total agreement with your idea. It doesn't mean we're stuck with that idea. Means I'm going to postpone my judgment, right, for the time being. And I'm going to be open and I'm going to be accepting of your idea. I'm going to really intentionally hear you and give you my undivided attention. That's really what this means. And it comes into so many areas of my work in the workplace in terms of how I am individually interacting with others and how I work in an ensemble, in a group, on a team. And really, it is a culture changer. I know that just speaking for ourselves as a company, we have fully embraced this concept, and it has really, really created a build upon each other culture. And so that's a super exciting. We wanted to introduce that as one of the main rules of brainstorming, because that's what we're going to unpack a little bit today and play around with, so that hopefully you can take that and propel yourself forward with it. All right, let's play a little bit. Meaghan and I are going to, go ahead, Meaghan. Megatron.
I was just going to highlight Mr. T's comment, which is very funny. Never helpful to let your butt get in the way.
Yes.
Very cute.
Yes, I do agree with that. The end is way better, way butter. Okay, so we're going to play around with this a little bit. Meaghan, Megatron, you want to lead us?
Yes. So the yes and in improv is basically you're saying it yes and. So whatever Greg gives me, if we're in a scene together, whatever I give Greg, I will never say no. I will never negate it. He will never negate what I said. He's going to take it. He's going to accept it as total reality, no matter how crazy on the surface it is. If I went up to him and I was like, "Hello, grandmother. It's so great to see you. You look amazing for your 100th birthday." Greg,
Thank you, darling. It's so wonderful to see you, and I'm just so blessed to see my beautiful granddaughter.
Wonderful. Excellent job. So no matter what, you're just going to accept it and keep going with the scene.
Excellent.
Hey, yeah. Greg, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say, we want to get some ideas, right, on maybe what we can model and play around with for folks.
So our scenario, just to give you a little scenario, is that Greg and I are coworkers and we are building the best blank. So can you, lovely participants today, throw out some examples in the chat either, or you can unmute yourself and tell us what would you like to see us build the best of? The best hammock. What else we got? Let's see. Thank you, Notorious C. Chocolate factory. Ooh, robot. Oh, these are good so far. Greg, what would you like to do?
No, I'm having a craving for chocolate. Okay.
Me too.
Okay. You want to start it off?
Do you want to give us a 3, 2, 1 action, Greg, and I'll start us off? All right. Greg, thank you for joining me for this meeting today. We just got a huge contract from Amazon. They want us to build the best chocolate factory. All right, we got that Amazon money now, so we're going to make it happen. Greg, I want your first idea for the best chocolate factory.
This is, first of all, such exciting news, and I can't get something out of my mind. It was that incredible roll that Charlie in the chocolate factory does when he rolls out on the red carpet. And there's obviously something about Charlie in the chocolate factory that just could be some inspiration for us if we are going to build the optimum chocolate factory.
Love what you're saying, Greg. So theatrics, we want to have it be zany and theatrical. Yes. And you know what I'm going to add on to that, Greg? I'm going to say that we're going to have chocolate that has 0 calories. So you can eat as much as you want, and it's 0 calories, 0-calorie chocolate that tastes amazing. What else do you have for me, Greg?
Yes, the 0-calorie piece is amazing, and it's not even going to have any fake sugars in it. It's going to be all natural. So 0-calorie, all natural, and it's going to be all different types for all different types of people. Because I know that I love dark chocolate. That's one of my favorite go-tos, but not everybody does. So we have to have a diverse selection in order for folks to have a deep connection with their favorite type.
Agreed. Why stop at chocolate, Greg? I'm going to say yes. And we're going to make the best chewing gum. We're going to make the best hard candies. We're going to make taffy. We're going to make sweet tarts and sour candies.
Yes.
Branch out to baked goods, Greg.
This is very exciting. I'm going to stop us here because I'm just, my endorphins are just overwhelming me.
I know. We need to get to work.
Okay. All right. A little round of applause for us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what did you notice? I saw some stuff coming up in the box there as we were playing around for you. What are you seeing there, Meaghan?
Yes. So we have, someone said they want the golden ticket to come and tour the factory. Hashtag life goals. I know, if we could be a factory, chocolate factory design team. Hello. Sad this isn't real. Build it next to the peanut butter factory.
What? Yes.
That's a great idea. All right. The Lorax. I don't know what that means.
Erica, can you explain?
Oh, the Lorax said that they were sad it wasn't real, and I was just confirming and affirming that I agree.
Yes. All right. We got everybody salivating with that yes and. So that was fun. What did you notice about our energy? A couple of observations. Obviously, we're playing around here with fun topics out of the ordinary, but what are some observations in all seriousness that you made about at least the energy that Meaghan and I had in the way we were acting? Any thoughts on that? I'm happy to hear people too if somebody wants to speak out.
Enthusiasm. Notorious C said enthusiasm. Miss Tiff, your energy fed off each other. Very true. Jay, it was positive and accepting of each other's ideas, and you encouraged one another. The imagination was endless. Positivity.
Yeah, and you're going to hit blocks, right? There's always going to be a block at some point, and then it becomes about how do I relax into that block? How do I relax and energize, which are two opposite abilities, but are key in working together. To be active and activated, but relaxed under pressure is when I will succeed under pressure. And so I'm always working on the tensions that I'm holding in my body and trying to release them and invest them into whatever I am doing in my work. And so that really starts to give me a practice that brings intention to more than, again, just my thinking, but my whole being. And hopefully that brings out some of these things, the enthusiasm, the positivity, no judgments, and all these things you guys are all saying. That's really exciting. Let's play around with you all a little bit and build on this. I need 3 volunteers who are willing to experiment with us.
You'll play with us, so no need to be.
Yeah, or two or 3. So put your name in the chat box if you'd like to play, and we will give you a title.
Notorious C, I think, has volunteered.
Okay, good. We've got one.
And
who do we have so far?
Listen to your inner judge. Remember your inner judge. Oh, Mr. T is in.
Okay, great. And so Mr. T, okay, Tyler, yeah, awesome. And who was the other one?
Notorious C.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that. I love Mr. T and Notorious C in the house with Megatron. So you will be a triad and you will be you're gonna do a little brainstorming session. Let's just test your sound. Notorious C, say hi.
Hello.
Hey, welcome Notorious C. Mr. T, say hi.
Hello.
Hey, all right. So Mr. T and Notorious C and Megatron are the triad, and you are going to be building the best first hotel on the moon. The best first hotel on the moon. All right.
Awesome.
Meaghan,
So
maybe you start it off and then
I'll start us off. Yeah.
to
And
Mr. T and then to Notorious C.
All right. And when you guys say your idea, if you can start with yes and then give us your idea. All right. Greg, can you give us a 3, 2, 1 action? All right, Notorious and Mr. T. I am so glad we've assembled today. The Brain Trust is here. Awesome. Our contract with SpaceX has been approved And we are going to be building in just 6 months. Yep, just in 6 months, we're going to break moon ground, moon dust on the moon, our first hotel on the moon. So this is amazing. We got all eyes on us. The media's on us. I need your best ideas. I'm thinking here. We have an orb. The swimming pool is an orb. It is a 3D swimming pool that you step into and you swim in your orb. Zero gravity swimming. All right, Notorious C, what do you have? What you got?
Yes, and that orb literally like floats around the moon. So you get in it and you're swimming in the orb, but then you tour the moon inside this orb.
I love it. I love that. I love that. Mr. T, what do you have for us?
Yes, and I love the orb, but we're gonna need something to ground you, so you're not always floating. So I'm thinking not anti-gravity, but gravity boots that are going to bring you back down to the surface, so you can walk out there and see what's going on the surface of the moon as well.
That's brilliant. Now, I love all of these ideas, and these are great for the activities. Now, let's think about food here. Let's think about the culinary aspect of our hotel, because we can't, as much as I'd love to have a space ice cream all day, every day, we can't do that. So give me your ideas for our culinary, for our restaurant. Notorious C, what you got?
We've got to have Dippin' Dots. That's the ice cream of the future. So Dippin' Dots has got to be the primary menu item. And what I'm thinking, because our food will have to come from pouches, that will have Dippin' Dots, but we won't have just the ice cream flavors. You can have a steak, you can have a baked potato, a salad in the form of Dippin' Dots, and it'll be amazing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Mr. T, what you got? What about entertainment? What about the lounge area? Any thoughts?
I love Notorious C's ideas on all the food, and we can't forget the moon pies before we get to entertainment. Endless supplies of moon pies. If you're gonna be on the moon, you need moon pies.
We're just branding. Look at this. We're marketing, we're branding at the same time. I got a lot of ideas. I got to write these down. So I will get back to you all.
And wait a minute, before we go,
Yeah.
we would have to have a nightly contest, moonwalking.
Oh, no,
Absolutely.
no doubt. Moonwalking competition, forget about it. This triad, people, is unbelievable. The ideas are just absolutely flowing, and I'm actually really getting excited about a trip to the moon. Big round of applause for this amazing team. Things you appreciated, loved about Notorious and Mr. T. Can you put some things in the chat box, please? Things you appreciated about this triad's work, this ensemble that came together to work out that idea. Yeah.
Agreed. Moonwalking for the win.
Great ideas. Dots. We need dots. Really big ideas. Yes. Really good, Canuck. I love that. That is so exciting. It made me as a viewer smile and feel good. I can't imagine how they felt with their positivity radiating from one another. Yes, this is so much fun. Great ideas need a swim up bar in the orb pool. Yes.
I love it. Pressure.
Big equals
No, really,
big
pressure.
Velcro pants. Sorry, go ahead, Megatron.
I was saying pressure, but really no pressure. Yeah, I was blown away. And I honestly like the food as the different dots. I'm like, that's actually like very smart. And that's how you easily transport the stuff. It's so funny when you think about, okay, this is a crazy idea. This is like a thing that's a little fantasy, but this is where actually really great ideas come from that could be legit one day. And let's be real, I'm sure Elon Musk is designing his hotel on the moon right now.
And in all seriousness, like we're having a lot of fun here with fun topics, right? But when you actually bring this kind of mentality and this kind of energy into real business issues, it's actually fascinating if you actually do if you keep true to the rules. So when we're doing it, we put the rules up on the wall, right? We all see them and we work it. We really work those rules as best we can. And we hold each other accountable and we have fun with it. And again, that fun, enthusiastic place gives us such a reward in the outcomes. So thank you for jumping in. So good to have your voices in the space, everybody. This is just a teaser of a workshop we do where we dig into some really fun, important concepts in terms of my behavior in the workplace and how I interact effectively with up, down, and all around, and with clients as well. And this is super, super exciting. I'm switching. We only have a few minutes left where it's 6 minutes till end. And I just wanted to mention Daniel Pink has done a lot of work. He's got a bunch of books. Drive is one of them. Power of When. He's fascinated with timing of day in terms of when we are most effective in different aspects of what we're trying to accomplish in our work. And there's been a lot of studies done, and that mornings usually for some are better for creating the lists and getting tasks accomplished, right? So when I think about my own rhythms, I definitely need to set myself up with what am I going to go for and my tasks in the morning, and I can really start to go after them. My goals and my action plans, right? It's a really clear place for me is the mornings. And then in the afternoons are actually better for me for brainstorming and taking stock for the majority. Now, you may be different than the majority, but this is some of the data shows this. And so knowing your different rhythms, brainstorming your vision in the afternoon may be a better place than in the morning because of where you're at with your different circadian rhythms and so on. So the Power of When is a really interesting leadership piece of how I can set myself up, especially in a pandemic and a virtual world, if you're in that, where you may be finding a lot of stress in trying to activate yourself. So wanted to put that on the table as well. And that kind of brings us towards some final reflections. Oh, I had this one. I put it in the wrong spot. I wanted to recap before final reflections. Meaghan, you want to lead a little?
Yeah, sure. So just to recap, use improv to get that dopamine pumping. Freestyling equals innovation. Incorporate the yes and, just like we did in our activity. Focus on quantity, not quality. As many ideas as you can get. Eliminate the judge, that little voice in our head. Encourage the Velcro pants and synthesize those ideas.
The last part is really interesting, really important when we're working with teams on how to get way better at ideation. Synthesizing after you've done the brainstorming, that's when you can start to pick out the key elements of the brainstorm that you can actually put into action and create your plans around. And so the synthesizing piece, where you're combining ideas, where you're bringing them together and making them doable and clear to attack, is a really second part to the brainstorming. That's a really important part so that you can keep moving towards action, which leads me to the slide, our action steps. What are you getting from this little taste of improv to improve our brainstorming? What's resonating for you? What will you try? I'd love to open it up if anybody wants to speak out loud. Love hearing your voices. If you just want to put it in the chat box also, that's fantastic. Meaghan, what are you seeing there as it's coming up?
Mr. T said, I really like the idea of Velcro pants for my 2-year-old. May have to get some Velcro walls in the house as well.
That's Velcro walls. That's fantastic. We just got a new puppy and we got this. He loves peanut butter. It's like a special treat. And we got like a peanut butter pad, but it can stick up against the wall. And so you could actually put it in the shower or whatever, and it'll lick the peanut butter off the sticky wherever you put it. It's fantastic.
See, I was going to say, so that does exist. Because what I was going to say is, as ridiculous as that sounds, Tyler, I imagine now you will step away and you'll be thinking like, gosh, I would love to have Velcro walls. But that makes you look at your walls differently and probably makes you look around your house for what could be, maybe I can't do Velcro walls, but I could do that and come up with something that you wouldn't have thought of if you hadn't started by thinking of Velcro walls.
That's awesome, Erica.
True.
Yeah, make it fun.
So much stuff in the chat.
Make it fun. Jay, actually have an improv after school group. Yes. They will be trying some silliness today. Yes, silliness is awesome. And doing it with them. My kids, when I'm teaching the kids, I think they buy in because I am completely bought in. And they're like, Mister, you're from another planet. And I am, because I'm just committed. Stay silly, have fun, right? It's so important. And then they'll follow eventually. So thank you for that. Meaghan, I'm missing a bunch. What are you seeing?
Idea paint, which we have at our office, which we haven't been to in a while, but that is really great. So you can, even just changing where you're brainstorming, where you're taking notes, if it's like on a chalkboard or on the idea paint, which makes the wall like a dry erase, that can help spark your brain. Stay silly, absolutely. Play all day, make work go away. I'd love the Velcro cleaning. I'd love Velcro cleaning suits to motivate me to clean more. Laughter yoga.
What a cool combo, laughter yoga. I've heard of laughing groups and obviously yoga. Putting them together, forget about it. This is so exciting. We are at 12:45 and I just want to be able to close out with Erica. I know we have some upcoming workshops and I'm going to just put this, if you want any more information, this is such an exciting little taste for us to be able to put out here for you of some work we do with lots of different kinds of teams using improv to improve a lot of different aspects of our work and ourselves.